A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Survival of No Limits. So, here in summer 2021, I'm just gonna do what I can to ensure that I get as much of my content put together as possible, because, well, looking back at a vlog that I've made some time ago detailing about the many horrors about losing terabytes of data is certainly unbelievable by any means. Losing all of that work is just a pain. Way too big of a pain to not ignore. Well, anyways, I gotta keep moving forward with this because after all, I still gotta do a lot of content production for Survival of No Limits, films I should have talked about years ago. And at this point, maybe Honest Jane Nowak Season 2 and Hot Wheels Hilarity Season, well, 6 and 7 pretty much. So with that being said, let's get on with episode number 78 here in the series, which is about claiming power. And what do I mean by power? Well, simple. Power could refer to a lot of things in life. Whether you're a leader of a throne, an army, or other such things relating to a modern day monarchy, it's more or less dependent on what kind of situation that has pretty much come into contact with you at any point in time. If you're familiar with some things out there, especially games, like Dungeons and Dragons, then there's always a good likelihood that you'll feel like that you've pretty much won. When it comes to claiming power, whereas if it's collecting large sums of money as part of someone's will, or maybe something different, there's always a likelihood that something can go wrong with this exact sort of anomaly that takes place. And not too many people are going to realize that it seems to be, well, still a thing these days. It's still a thing. Yeah. A lot of people happen to try and find a lot of things out there to, well, keep themselves from not wanting to have a good purpose in life. Unfortunately, there's tons of ways that any of these things can go wrong. Like, you could be found not just within a lot of power, but also a lot of threats. As anybody who has in fact claimed a large thing out there, like a ginormous section of land that's usually acres upon acres in size, to ginormous stacks of money that could be millions or even billions of dollars, to having someone's prized possession as a gift of some sort, or maybe anything else that could take place, you're always going to have a likelihood that you'll end up becoming a major target for so many people out there. Thugs, criminals, parasites of all sorts. Especially the ones that happen to dwell in the urban landscapes that happen to be around all over the states. So, as it turns out, it's still a big problem these days. Having to own expensive equipment of any sorts could prove to be disastrous. And of course, this is probably one of the main reasons that I myself would normally stay away from this kind of stuff, especially stuff that's like thousands of dollars at a time. Of course, I've got my eyes on a new camera, and of course you'll be seeing that happen pretty soon. You'll be seeing footage that I've recorded with that thing. And I'll talk a bit more about it in its own video at some point. But until that happens, well, if you want to see more go down on my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.